Hello, you guys. Give me 1 second. We're going live. Let me push up my door just a little bit. As you can see, I do have a mannequin there because I do a little bit of t-shirt crafting. So this is one of the shirts that I did craft because it's all about starting today. So, as we start today, as we get ourselves together and start today, let's just go ahead and be thankful. Let's show some gratitude. What is one thing that you can be grateful for today? And let's just dwell on that for just a hot minute. Like, what is it something in your life right now that you can be grateful for? And then we'll go ahead and get right into it. Welcome to the Builders Lounge. I am Coach Kane. Today it is all about wins, wins. Let's see what your win might be for today. Okay. Now, of course, I'm going to go live. I am a spoken word artist. I'm a parent of six, a mother of six. I have four handsome sons and two beautiful daughters. So, sometimes I might have my kids in here and we might talk a little bit just to open up ways to communicate. That's always important in building relationships, being effective, having effective communication skills between yourself, your loved ones, as well as your coworkers, partners, business partners, anything like that. Like, let's devise a plan to be better tomorrow by starting today. And with that being said, I actually put together a slideshow for tonight, and we're going to run through this really quickly. It is Sunday, February the 15th, 2026. Tomorrow is President's Day, which is Monday. That's what I was trying to say from the gate. But yeah, the kids are out of school. So my daughter's like running around doing her thing, but we're going to push through this right quick. So, for those of you guys that don't know me, again, this is my first video, my first official video here on YouTube. My name is Coach Kane. I'm a spoken word artist, a motivational coach, as well as an avid journalist and writer. So, if you guys are new to my channel, welcome. I have so many good things that I have planned for this channel. So, just stay tuned. Make sure that you subscribe. I'm going to show you all kinds of cool stuff, all sorts of neat ideas in which you can make money and how we can grow as a community and be better tomorrow by starting today. So, with that being said, let me try this out and see if I could go ahead and screen share with you guys. Um, I have been working on some stuff and I really think that it will help. And as I said, today, it's all about winning. Today, it's all about winning. So let's go ahead and get into this. So, what I'm going to do is jump over into my presentation and then we'll go ahead and we'll present our lesson for today or our discussion for today. So let's go ahead and do that. I'm gonna share this screen. Let's see if you guys can follow along. We're gonna go here. We're sharing the screen. So hopefully you guys can see what I have going on here. It's taking a little minute to formulate, but let's go ahead and welcome to the Builders Lounge again. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to go in present mode. So let's go ahead and get started. The Builders Lounge. Be better tomorrow by starting today. What does that mean for you? I mean, like, seriously. Let's get into it. Welcome to the weekly reset. Yes. What wins did you have last week? And how will you apply what you learned this week? That's what we're talking about today. Having that winning attitude. Always winning. What is a winning attitude? Well, my hypothesis for a winning attitude is this: many days we forget to give ourselves grace and encouragement and to acknowledge the small wins that we have each day. Imagine a day where you actually document your wins and soak them in just briefly, reminding yourself that you can do anything you put your mind to. Often we seek approval from others, but we must remind ourselves daily that I am who I've been waiting for. Then we move forward, trusting ourselves with clarity more and more each day. That is having a winning attitude. And we must continue this winning attitude because guess what? At the end of the day, we are our biggest cheerleaders and we have to know that. So, wins are not just results. A win is not just money earned. A win is not just weight loss. A win is identity alignment. So once we align ourselves with our inner identity, with our true selves, that that self that we've been longing to see, longing to meet, when we identify who we are, when we identify our goals, when we identify our reason why, and our reason why is bigger than how, then we align ourselves with purpose. And that's what it's all about, making sure that we pay attention to our wins and we align ourselves properly so that when those wins come in, we're able to receive them, document them, utilize them, and move forward. Now, there are four types of wins, and we'll get through them. So let's get to it. Mental wins. Mental wins is when you're battling something and you're feeling some kind of way and you want to just, how do I release it? We have emotional wins. We have discipline wins. We have builder wins. So if you'd handled anything better than the old version of you would have, now that's a win. Real talk. Because you're not the same person that you were on yesterday. Today is a new day, an opportunity to do something different. So let's look at some wins that we may overlook, some mental wins that we may overlook. You paused instead of reacting. You recognized a negative thought and redirected it. You chose rest instead of burnout. You asked for help. You admitted you needed clarity. You finished something small. You said no to protect your energy. You started even if imperfectly. Now that's a win. If you experience any of that over this last week, if you have made it up in your mind that it's okay to ask for help, it's okay to admit that you need clarity. We all do. We have so many things that go through our head, thousands of thoughts a minute. I mean, just like racing. And we're always trying to figure out what to do next, what to do next, what to do next. And sometimes we get overwhelmed. This is when we have to reset. We have to pause instead of reacting. And if you did that this week, that's a whole win. You got this. You're more than a conqueror. Believe that. Discipline wins. You woke up when you said you would. You set that alarm clock and you got up and you did what you had to do. You followed through on one promise. You did that. You didn't quit when it got uncomfortable. You pushed through the discomfort. You chose progress over perfection. You kept going without external validation. Like, who needs outside sources to validate what you already know? You got this. And I'm so proud to even sit here and say that I have discipline wins as well, because I had to get uncomfortable in order for me to get comfortable. Sometimes it's in the discomfort that you learn the lesson that you need to learn. So when you choose progress over perfection, baby, you already with it. Already. Some emotional wins that we might have overlooked this week. You communicated instead of shutting down. Now that's big on my behalf. Like I can be honest. Sometimes I shut down, and I get that from my mom. She would like shut down. Like I'd be sitting there and I'd ask her a question. I'm like, mom, mom, mom. I kind of feel like Stewie. You know what I'm saying? What's the show? Family Guy. Mom. Yeah, that kind of situation. Um, you forgave yourself. You didn't compare yourself. You acknowledged your feelings. You showed up even when you felt unmotivated. Now look at you, look at you, look at you. You are more than a conqueror. Emotions sometimes tie us down to make us feel physically drained to where we don't even want to move forward. Sometimes we're just like, oh my gosh, not today. I don't feel like it. But you did that. You pushed through it. You did that. That's a win. All day. I don't care what nobody says. That's a win. When you're thriving and growing, you're winning. When you discipline yourself enough to say, this is something that I'm going to do, and you set out to do it and you achieve it, you're a winner. Every day you have wins. So let's start taking advantage of writing down those wins that we have daily. And last but not least, we have our builders wins. Our builder wins. Guess what? You're in the builder's lounge, baby. You planned your week. You planned your work and worked your plan and you achieved that. You journaled once, at least once this week. You wrote the vision and made it plain. You had a difficult conversation, something that you might not have wanted to talk about that made you feel uncomfortable, but you did that. You worked through that discomfort. You had that conversation. You set out and did what you said that you were going to do. You did that. You completed one task that you've been avoiding. What is that? Journaling, writing it down, having that conversation, planning, actually writing the vision and making it plain. You did that. You completed at least one task. Be proud of yourself. You thought intentionally about your future. Wow. I want to be better tomorrow by starting today. I am better today because I started yesterday. Intentional thought manifests change in our lives, and it's always progress over perfection. Nothing is perfect. We don't aspire to be perfect, just progress to progress with every step that we take, every thought that we have, removing negative thoughts and entering into a positive mindset. Most people overlook these because they only measure big outcomes, not identity shifts. This is where you meets you. The old you meets the present you meets the future you. You build every day. And every day you're the future you. Every day you meet the new you. Isn't that a win? Don't you see that as like, what? I'm a new me. Hey, old me, thank you for doing what you had to do to build the new me. And every day I am renewed. And that brings us to reflection, how to reflect and what reflection means. Reflection without application is wasted awareness. We understand that, right? That when we reflect, we're actually taking the good and leaving the bad and applying what matters in the moment at the time that we need it. So we don't dwell on the negative of the past. We don't dwell on what hurts. We take the good and we leave the bad and we move forward. And that's how we progress. So, what did last week teach you? If you struggled with time, what system will you adjust this week? If you felt overwhelmed, what boundary needs your strengthening? If you procrastinated, what smaller action step can you take today? If you stay consistent, how will you maintain that? Now, these are questions that we have to ask ourselves. And if you just pull out your journal or a piece of paper or anything like that, 1 word to 2 sentences will do. And you manifest your upcoming week by understanding and reflecting on what last week taught you. The overwhelm, write it down. What boundaries do you need to strengthen? Struggling with time, what system will you need to adjust? Like, how can you adjust? Like, what do you need to get up earlier? Do you need to go to bed earlier? Like, do you need to prepare your lunch or your dinner the night before so that you can create that time to just have some to warm up during the time that you may need to be doing something else? If you procrastinated, what smaller action step can you take? Like, ask yourself these questions and work them out because only you know what needs to be done in your life. I've included a weekly integration plan, for anyone that wants to move further with our 5-day Start Today Journaling Circle reset. It's so important that each day we take time to assess and reflect in order for us to move forward. And that's pretty much what this slideshow is about. This presentation is about being better tomorrow by starting today. So my CTA to you is join the Start Today Journaling Circle reset right now, today, on my school platform at Start Today Journaling Circle. You guys, this right here, thank you so much for your support and that presentation that I have presented to you tonight. I thank you guys so very much because it means so much when you can actually account for the things that you when you actually account for the things that you're doing daily, like having that journal, having that space where you can go and reflect on your previous day helps launch you into that next day. I think that it's so important that we utilize this framework moving forward. Thank you guys so much for like tuning in. As you can see, I'm like reading my screen at the same time, but I'm also watching you. And I thank you guys so much for this. Again, my name is Coach Kane. I will be here giving you that love, that daily love, holding you accountable for where you want to be in your life right now. Next time will be story time, and I will get into a story and let you know just a little bit more about myself. But right now, here today, on this Sunday, February the 15th, 2026, we are winning. So let's win. That's what it's all about. Being better tomorrow by starting today. You guys, thank you so much. This has been a lovely, lovely little 20 minutes that I had to spend with you. I will also have story time with Coach Kane, and we'll do that on the next visit. So until next time, thank you guys so much for tuning in. Make sure that you like, share, and subscribe. And don't forget to jump on over and head on over to my school platform at Start Today Journaling Circle and join our 5-day reset. Thank you so much, you guys. It's the Builders Lounge where we are being better tomorrow by starting today. Thank you so much. You guys enjoy the rest of your evening. I say, yeah. And let's go.